Yeah, hello, 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 hello. It's about to go down. Welcome to the Tell the Truth Podcast 23. Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Since we live down here in Dallas, this football season, this will be our only second show talking about the Cowboys. So we're going to talk about the Cowboys, you know. We're going to be talking about a lot of other good stuff that's going on.
Yes, sir.
As far as in the community of NFL football. The community, yeah, hit them different.
You know what I mean?
We're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys today, man. We're going to be talking about the State of the Union, NFC a little bit, with the NFC East, with the Washington Redskins looking good.
Philly won yesterday.
What's the chance the Cowboys going to reach the playoffs? So we're going to be focusing a little bit on the NFC on this podcast with the NFC East, with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm your host, Chi-Town Neil, man.
Shy God.
Shy God, man. Shy God, man. Just, we'll explain in a minute why I call it Shy God. A lot of stuff we predicted right about the Cowboys from last week. But anyway, to my left, my baby. Yeah, brother. My big brother. When he cooking for the family, and he be putting stuff on the smoker, he can definitely cook his butt off. He go by Uncle Billy. Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Man, when he gambling, winning all the money, he wins a lot of money. He go by Billy Woo Woo. Yeah. But when he in the studio with me, man, my co-host of Tell the Truth Podcast 23, my brother, BTB, what's that for?
Bowtie Bill.
Man, my brother, dab it up. Let's get it popping, man.
Let's get it.
Let's knock out the business. We're going to get right to the podcast, man. We want to give a shout out to Maximize Your Potential Studio down here in North Dallas, man. Bowtie Bill, tell the people what we need, baby.
Man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Tell us about your reviews, hit the comments. We thank you for everything you're doing for us, and tell everybody that you know, the ones you like as well as the ones you dislike. Tell your family members and friends. We appreciate everything.
Yeah, buddy. We about to get loose on this one, man. It's a lot going on down here in Dallas, man. There's a whole lot of finger pointing going on, Bowtie Bill.
Oh, wow, man.
And if you watch the podcast, we posted one 6 months ago. You can go look at it. It's called A Lot of Finger Pointing Going On in Dallas. And we just keep getting a lot of stuff right.
Man.
We have to grow the
Talk
podcast. We get more stuff right and be right.
We need you now.
Yeah, we need y'all, man.
Come on in now. Come on in. Come on in.
We broke it down last year. Go on this channel, Tell the Truth Podcast.
Yes.
That there was confrontation going on within the Cowboys organization on defense. And I kept trying to tell you guys, but everybody, just because they don't hear it on ESPN or ABC, look, man, if you're in the city, you might be at a bar, you might be at a barber shop, it might be a Cowboy player in there. And they might just tell you some stuff.
It might be.
I got told directly last year at a barber shop in Prosper, I ain't gonna say the name of it, Cowboy player was in there. He was a practice player. And I saw the text message. I told you last year that it was conflict between Parson and Michael Lawrence. I said it last year. I gave y'all the exact names.
DeMarcus Lawrence. And
Parson.
Yeah.
And what it was about was they wanted him to go play middle linebacker last year, and he didn't. He wanted to keep getting sacks. But because y'all don't hear on ESPN, y'all don't hear all these guys, they got about 200 guys, they don't know what they're talking about, but we keep getting stuff right. Like we told y'all last year that A.J. Brown and Hurts had beef. Thank God they won this Sunday, because they would have lost this Sunday, Philadelphia might be in turmoil.
Right.
You have a bunch of alpha males making $1 million a year. These guys are not, no matter how much money y'all think they make, and as a fan of any team, especially if you're a fan of the Cowboys, you should want this type of attitude. These dudes ain't built to lose. So when they start losing, and I feel like you're not doing your assignment or you're not being a team player, you can get kind of testy.
Yes.
So did you hear what Michael Parsons said after the game with the Cowboys?
Talk to me.
He said, man, we got people over here trying to play Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And then he looked over to the left like this, like he looking at the person. I said, oh, this is about to get ugly. And I forgot what Michael Lawrence said. I don't want to lie. Dak Prescott said we have to be more professional.
On the sideline. That's what he said.
That's what I was about to say. On the sideline. That tells you a lot.
Yes.
Dak is indirectly saying, man, keep that shit in the locker room, bro. Come on. We're doing this on national TV. Fans can see this. We family. Let's hash out dirt in privacy.
Yes.
But not out in the public for everybody to see. Tell me the last time, unless it was a quarterback of Tom Brady, Mahomes, quarterback going off on the offensive line, that's different. But one thing I can tell you right now is this. When you see defensive players arguing, I hate to say this, that's not good.
At all.
That's not good. Quarterback going over there, ripping the offensive line, we've seen that. Peyton Manning's done it. I don't remember too many teams, defense ripping each other, getting into it. Maybe the League of Legend of Boom, I think a couple times I remember seeing they secondary kind of get into Legion of Boom. That might be the one team I've seen kind of get away with that. Defense, I'm going to tell you right now, is like the offensive line. There's only 5. Defense, all 11. It's a whole lot of communication and a whole lot of trust. I'm going to hit this gap. I'm going to need you to hit this gap. Gap integrity, what we talked about last week on this show.
Yes.
While we said the Cowboys would not be the Ravens. If I just said the Cowboys would lose, that's hating. But we broke down why they would lose to the Ravens.
Yes.
And it happened exactly
how we said it.
Go ahead, Bowtie Bill. What's your thoughts about the Ravens game and the future of the Cowboys? That's the second question. What's your thoughts, man?
Hey, man. Bro, the Ravens had diarrhea.
Here we go. See, this is why I didn't want you to talk, man. I knew it. This gonna turn
They had the wrongs. They had the wrongs.
I knew this was about to turn into a comedy show.
Baltimore ran 274 yards on 45 carries.
Facts. Keep talking.
Huh?
Facts.
They had diarrhea.
And could have had Derrick Henry, too.
And they had Derrick. Oh yeah. But the Cowboys didn't call Derrick Henry.
It's all coming out now.
You know what I mean? Right. And Jerry Jones, he was doing a two-step on that question. Why you didn't get Derrick Henry? Right. What? He started doing a two-step on that question.
What song was he listening to?
Two-step.
Go ahead, Bowtie.
Absolutely. And, man, Baltimore decided, you know what? We're going to have diarrhea with the Cowboys.
Ran through them, dog.
Ran through them. And hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
What was Michael Parsons? He was on the milk carton. And the funny thing about that is he's on the sideline. This is why they got into it. He was on the sideline talking about the defensive line, but he was on the milk carton. So that's why D. Lawrence got into it with him on the sideline. How you gonna sit up here and talk about us and you are MIA? You on the milk carton?
Yeah. So I remember last week I asked a question and I was right, but I just don't remember exactly what it was. The Cowboys are the opposite. The Cowboys did switch their defense. I figured they had to because they're not keeping their lane integrity, and that's usually what happened the first year. The Cowboys are either a 3-4 last year, now they're 4-3, or they're 4-3 last year, now 3-4. I think they're now a 4-3. And I just know they did switch because I heard them talking about it today. So they did switch.
Yes. Yeah.
What were they last year?
3-4.
They were 3-4. So what I can tell you is this: when the Bears was 3-4, and when we switched to a 4-3 the first year with Eberflus, I mean, our run defense was trash. And then it picked up right around the last 4 games. The last year was amazing, and this year's been pretty good. So whenever you switch like that 3-4 to that 4-3, that year's probably. So that goes back to when all the Cowboy fans are so crazy about having Zimmerman, when nobody realizes that you're switching your defense. So no matter how good Zimmerman is in the past, this is probably going to take about another year because they switched their defense. And usually the number one thing that goes when you switch is the run defense.
Exactly.
Pittsburgh been running 3-4 for damn near 60 years. Go ahead. Yeah, 70 years. Y'all don't.
I've been alive.
Yeah, they ain't coming out 3-4.
Hey. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Viewers and listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Why you pay Diggs $95 million to cover a wide receiver and you can't stop the run?
I mean, I'm not gonna do that.
No.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. Everybody's running the ball on you.
And I told you what a lot of that's for because they switch. You go from a 3-4 to 4-3. Most times teams cannot stop the run.
Why pay a cornerback $95 million and everybody's just running the ball on you?
I mean, the truth be, I see what you're saying on that. He did lose Armstrong to Washington and another defensive lineman. So I can see exactly where you're coming from that. I think that you have a right to your question. I just don't think, how can I say this? I don't think that your question is the bigger issue. I think my question is the bigger issue is you should have thought maybe twice about who your defensive coordinator is going to be. If your defense been balling like that, you should have probably picked a coordinator that runs a 3-4.
But it's hard to do that when you have a lame duck head coach.
That's true. But
Right?
I'm just telling
because what defense coordinators coming here?
Anybody. I'm gonna tell you right now. I went through it for a year. It was hell. When you switch from that 3-4 to 4-3, and I brought it up last week, I said, did the Cowboys switch? I said, I don't know. I got to do more research because I knew something was wrong with their line integrity is trash.
Yes.
And so usually now that I know there was a 3-4 base time, your defensive lineman, because last week I kind of trying to tip on it, but I ain't know. But now that I know, your 3-4 guys usually do not penetrate. They come off the ball and they grab and zone and they read.
Right.
Ball going this way, they throw the man, boom. 4-3, you got 4-3, there is no grabbing, there is no reading. This is your gap, hit it as fast as possible. And if you hesitate to hit the right gap, you gonna have Derrick Henry coming out the back door.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what's going on right now.
Right. So
they don't know their gaps and stuff like, and they're not hitting them aggressively.
Right.
My fault.
Right. Gap integrity.
Because 4-3, you gotta hit the gap. Ain't no reading. But go ahead.
Agreed.
Sorry. Yeah.
Steve Spagnuolo not coming with a lame duck head coach.
I mean, you talking about people that's great. I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
when you have the best defensive coordinators, regardless they run a 3-4-4-3, are not coming to Dallas when you got a head coach that is in his final contract. Ain't nobody coming here.
I see what you're saying. You're right. All I'm saying is that Cowboy fans should have known right off the bat because I didn't know. I thought the Cowboys was going to be bad this year because I thought they lost too much talent. Once I saw that one game against New Orleans, everybody was like, that could be a one-off. No, it was the way New Orleans ran the ball. When anytime a team gets 126 yards rushing the ball on you before it being touched, I knew right in there, and I said it, me and Bowtie Bill said it, you're in trouble because you can't stop the run and you can't run the ball. Oh, you're a Bears fan, Neil. People kill me because my team's a Bears fan. You don't know about football. That's if you listen to how I talk about my team and I'll talk about them like a fan, that even shows you how much of an IQ I got about my team. I'm realistic.
Right.
Let me tell you something. My Bears got a better chance than the Cowboys. And they got a quarterback. Cowboys do. We have a young quarterback. Cowboys' offensive line is better. But you want to know why we got a better chance? 2 reasons. Number 1, we have a 4-play schedule. Number 2, we can actually stop the run.
Yes.
We can't run the ball either like the Cowboys. We can actually stop the run. So that means you might get some short fields, something like that. Man, I'm going to tell you what I felt like.
And y'all get turnovers too.
If you look at that Baltimore game, you know how Cowboy fans say, we came back. Okay, let me break this game. Let me break it down to you. Baltimore jumped out 28-3, and you can just tell, if you pay close attention, man, like halfway through the third quarter, people can say, nah, you hating. No. Now, you got some Cowboy fans that say, Neil's right. There was a lot of empty calories by Dak. If you pay attention to Baltimore, them guys, halfway through the third quarter, when they got up by 25, they had already mailed it in. They started playing preseason defense. If you don't know what preseason defense is, that is, we're gonna come off the ball, we're gonna play hard, but I'm not trying to get hurt right now.
Man, they took their shoulder pads off. They took their shoulder pads off.
So you going too far, man. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, they were playing like, I just want to get it out of here. I ain't trying to get hurt in a meaningless game because we already got the win. And that's pretty much how they started playing. You know, if you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at. If you don't, you be like, I just hate us. I say, well, okay, whatever. Them boys were like, we trying to get up out of here. We good. We got them. It's 28-3. Cowboys should proud of them. They didn't lay down. I give the Cowboys credit for that. They kept fighting. And then when the Cowboys didn't outside kick, when it's 28-25, which they should not have, I blame McCarthy for that, there was about 3 minutes, 40-some seconds left. Anyway, I said right then and there, I forgot how much time it was. There was some time left. I said right then and there, the Cowboys ain't getting the ball back because Baltimore finna play for real now.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get the ball back? No.
No.
Baltimore, oh, shoot. Man, put the shoulder pads back on me. These fools are messing around and got within the 3 points. Man, let me go ahead and lock in on these dudes. And
that's what they did.
So, let's talk about the future of the Dallas Cowboys now.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
The Cowboys, they locked up with Dak.
Oh, yeah, no. You talking about future. I was just talking about. Talking about
this season.
I'm just talking about the next 5 weeks, Bowtie Bill.
Man,
listen, let me set it up for you, Bowtie Bill.
I got you. I'm with you. We're on the same page.
I promise, big bro.
New York Giants. Okay.
They got the Giants this week.
Okay,
on Thursday. In New York.
On Thursday.
In New York.
Right. Yeah, they more than likely going to win that game, but guess what? Detroit Lions have an axe to grind. Right? They got Detroit Lions. And then after that, they got them Pittsburgh Steelers, right? They got the Pittsburgh Steelers after that in
Monday
Pittsburgh.
Night, and I can tell you right now, y'all are the ideal team to beat the hell out of them. Because y'all going to definitely run the ball.
We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball and stop the run.
Dog, have y'all even passed the ball more than 25 times in the game yet?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to come off the bus. Like, if they don't have the running game, shit. And then you're going to have Justin Fields coming out the back door?
Right. Right.
Yeah, that little RPO
coming
around.
We got Jalen Warren, Cordell Patterson, Najee Harris, and Justin Fields.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. The Cowboys could possibly be Cincinnati. I'm thinking about teams that got to play in your division. But not just looking at the way the Cowboys are losing, I think that Pittsburgh game is a horrible matchup for them.
Right.
It's a Sunday night game, rivalry games. Besides the teams that's in your division, Cowboy fans, taking the teams out of your division, the two biggest franchises that hate y'all the most is San Fran and Pittsburgh.
Right.
Because of tradition. You guys are all winning organization. My sorry ass Bears not. So it's come on, you saw what San Fran did last year. San Fran brought Jerry Rice out, everybody else. Like a homecoming game in college. They brought all the
right.
So I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be bringing out a whole bunch of Steelers legends.
Come on, man.
I think is that a Sunday night or Monday night? I know it's a night game.
It's a night game.
They're not winning that, dog. Unless they run defense get better. But go ahead.
Yeah, and the third team you can throw in there is Philadelphia because they hate the Cowboys as well.
Well, no, I said outside of the division. Outside of the division.
Okay, gotcha.
The biggest
San
team,
Francisco
right, and Pittsburgh.
Right,
gotcha. And both those games are on the road.
And they got San Francisco out there.
That's my point. So they're going to bring Jerry Rice back out, Joe Montana, and Jesus Christ, and the devil. They're going to have everybody out there. Y'all going to have Mother Mary. Y'all going to have everybody. Y'all going to bring out all your legends.
And they got Seattle.
So
man, they got some running. The Cowboys have teams that runs the ball.
What did I tell you before the season even started?
You said they're gonna go 5.
Nah, I didn't say. I said they're gonna go 7-10,
7-10,
7-10. And I said if the Cowboys want to make the playoffs, what were the 4 games that they had to win? Do you remember?
Refresh my memory.
I said if the Cowboys want to make the playoffs, they would need to sweep the Giants and Washington.
That ain't happening.
After what I saw last night.
That ain't happening.
Man, they got that boy Jalen Daniels. Hey, man.
I hate the Cowboys, but I'm giving analytics.
Yeah, I'm giving analytics. I'm not going to.
Right. I hate the Cowboys. I'm giving analytics. There is no way they're going to sweep Washington.
No.
They may sweep the Giants, the Cowboys. They're not sweeping Washington.
So if you look at the podcast before the season started, I'm looking at the schedules because you guys want to know what I'm looking at. I said before the season started that at this point, Cowboys would be, 1-2. Okay? Then they play Giants. Now, I also said for the Cowboys to make the playoff, they would need to sweep the Giants,
Right.
sweep Washington, because they were digging you 4 wins, because they're in a very weak division before the season started. Washington, like they might be better than what I thought they're going to be.
Right.
If they don't sweep Washington or sweep the Giants, I'm telling all Cowboy fans, you will not make the playoff. You will not make the playoff. I think that's been the key to y'all whole season. I said it before the season started. I said it. So there's nothing changed. I ain't need to see too much. I could look at the talent you guys lost, and my reason for saying that is because I felt like the Cowboys lost too much talent. And, of course, you guys coaching is bad like the Bears, but you have a better quarterback and better offensive lines. I give y'all that. But I'm like, but you guys got a first-place schedule this year.
Mm-hmm.
We got a last-place schedule. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the schedule, what I just pulled up, like Bowtie Bill was trying to tell you guys, let's take a little deep dive, how Bowtie Bill like to say.
Absolutely.
You got, let me see, next week, last 5 games. Okay, now I want to see the last 5 games. I want to see the full. Next week you got the Giants.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
And then
After
Detroit?
No. I didn't think so because it's my birthday weekend. They play you guys October 6th on my birthday weekend.
After Giants?
After the Giants.
And then they got Detroit.
So the good thing about that for the Cowboy fans, they will have 10 days to prepare for you guys because they play on Thursday.
In Pittsburgh.
Then they got to come to Pittsburgh. After that, then Detroit comes to them.
And they got San Francisco.
Then they have a bye. Mm-hmm. Then they got to go to San Francisco and Atlanta. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a very good chance they could lose to Atlanta because Atlanta runs the ball too.
Yes.
And Atlanta put their quarterback underneath the center too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of I formation, they run the ball a lot too. So I do think they can probably get Atlanta. They should get the Giants. They should. Bowtie Bill, will they beat the Giants this week?
Yes.
All right. Bowtie Bill finally stopped hating. So you think they will beat them?
Yes.
Let's see what the line is on that Bowtie Bill.
It should be 6.5.
I think it was like 6. Who will they cover?
That's another question. No.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll cover, but I don't think
that's they'll win. They'll beat the Giants, but they probably win by 5 points.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And what we're gonna do is
24-20.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. What I'm about to do now, though, we're about to take a little step back from the Cowboys.
Okay.
We're gonna look at just the NFC right now.
Okay.
Okay. Bowtie Bill.
Talk to me.
I think I know the answer, but I kind of know the answer. But I'm gonna ask you anyway. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Who has surprised you in the NFC North? I mean NFC, because I already know who surprised me in NFC North. NFC General is Minnesota Vikings. Who surprised you the most? And who has been like kind of like a disappointment? Like man, I thought I'd see something different from these guys so far. Because going into week 4, who has really surprised you as looking good and stuff?
Bad and good.
Yeah.
Surprises.
Yeah.
Right. Minnesota.
Agree. Yeah.
More specifically, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, he had
right.
He threw some picks in the red zone in the 49ers game, but bottom line, he has looked better than I thought. Yeah,
he
looked better than I thought. You're right.
He got 8 touchdowns.
He got that many?
Yeah. He threw 4 last week.
Man, coaching. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Now, who is disappointing me?
Okay.
But you know what, man? Dang. But that Jaden Daniels, bro. Okay, it's a toss-up, but I'm going to give it to Sam Darnold. Okay. Because he's been in the league. And
people wrote him off, yeah.
A trash, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody said that he's trash, blew him off.
Blew him off, yeah.
And then now he's coming back and throwing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
Right? I'll get to him over Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Disappointment
in
the NFC.
Yeah.
Wow. Man. Jalen Hurts.
I wouldn't say Jalen Hurts. If you ask me, my biggest disappointment is the Dallas Cowboys. The way they mishandled everything. It's not the fact that they lost. It's the way they losing. It's like I don't see it getting better. You know, we already talked about them already, so I'm not trying to kick a dead horse. But I think the biggest disappointment to me is the Dallas Cowboys. If you ask me, some people might say San Francisco. The only reason why I give San Francisco a little bit of leverage
Injury.
is because they got a lot of injuries to key players. So I'm gonna
lot.
give them a little bit of woosah. Like I'm a part.
A
I'm
lot.
gonna give them a little time to figure out what's going on with that. You know, so I'm gonna give them a little. I'm gonna give them a little bit of a break, not a major break, but I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit on them. The most surprising to me would be definitely Minnesota, and so by Minnesota acting a donkey, acting a fool, then it just really solidifies that the NFC North is definitely the toughest division in football. I do still feel that Green Bay, will win that division. I said that before the season started. If you look at Green Bay is 2-1, and they like kind of neck and neck to be the most surprising. Not the fact that they're 2-1, but they're 2-0 without Jordan Love, and dominated.
Yes.
That shows you how good coaching is.
Yes.
Same two teams we played, we struggled against. We barely beat Tennessee. They went to Tennessee and bust them in the mouth with Willis. And then the coach, we lost to the coach, and coach came and they beat the coach in Green Bay. So the exact same two teams the Bears played. So let me know that I was right. They're gonna definitely probably win our division. I want to say Green Bay played Minnesota this week.
Right.
Man, that's gonna be a good one right there, man. What do you think? Let me see. Check the line on that. That game is, I think, is in Green Bay.
Man, I got Minnesota, Doc.
You got Minnesota? Nah,
I got Minnesota.
Nah, my brother.
Minnesota's balling.
Yeah, they balling and all, but Minnesota is very good at home. I got to see Minnesota play some more games on the road. Going up into Minnesota, I can tell you by being in my division, it's very difficult to beat them. The line is Green Bay favored by 2.5. I think the Green Bay will cover. They win by 3. I just think that this will be the game that Donald will get exposed, not in that home crowd. And they're just playing good ball to me, Green Bay. They're sound ball without Love. And I'm picking Green Bay. I don't care if Love play or not. I don't care if they play not at all. But looking at teams that's right now, before we get up out of here, the reason why I'm bringing up these teams because the Cowboys have to win this week. Do you agree?
Agreed.
Because if not, this thing can start getting away from them.
They will be in a deficit.
Because
Washington,
Washington better than we thought,
and Philly win this week,
and if they lose, and that's a division game, yeah. So the Cowboys got to win this week. The NFC in general, you got a couple of wild cards. You don't know what's going on. We don't know if Washington can keep this up, but if they can, they're gonna be a problem. I'm gonna tell you, we don't know about Seattle. They're 3-0. If they keep this up,
right?
So there's a lot of different wild cards of teams that we might didn't think at the beginning of the season probably be fighting for wild card position. But Seattle's doing stuff that a lot of people probably didn't see coming. Washington doing stuff a lot of people probably didn't see coming.
Right.
New Orleans, Philly. You start because after next week, the landscape gonna start shaping.
And not only that, they play one another. They got to play Atlanta.
Right. So after
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and Atlanta is 1-2, like the Cowboys, and I think Atlanta is better than the Cowboys.
I do too.
Atlanta played Super Bowl champs. They played some good balls, and they lost to y'all. They lost some very tough games. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know the Cowboys came back and made it look close against Baltimore, but let's just be 100. That Baltimore and that New Orleans Saints game was not competitive at all. All of Atlanta games been competitive. So my point is that you got a lot of teams that
right,
that's playing good. And I said before the season started, I don't think the Cowboys are definitely gonna win 9 games. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. And what's making it even tougher now is you got a team in your division that I didn't think was going to be good. That might actually be. They might not be good, but they're just decent. And when Washington is decent, they're gonna split with their ass.
Right.
They're gonna split. They're probably not gonna sweep them. Your thoughts before we get up out of here on what your early thoughts is overall in general about the NFC in general. You got Seattle balling. You got You got a lot of surprises, man.
You got the Minnesota balling, you got Seattle balling.
Yeah, man.
Man, you got, you know what?
Washington 3-1, 2-1.
Hey, Washington
Who
2-1.
they play next? Go ahead, Bowtie Bill. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, right.
It's
but
going
still,
down, dog. It's going down already.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna fast forward all the way to the playoffs.
Washington play Arizona next week in Arizona.
Right, man. The way the games are going right now, parity is paramount.
Yeah.
It is so much parity. It's kind of hard to predict who's gonna do who's gonna do what.
Yeah.
Right. It's just hard to predict that. But that said, man, listen, I'm gonna roll with Philadelphia.
Right, I got you. And the reason why I did this because let's just keep it a buck. The NFC this year is gonna be much more competitive than what we thought.
Yes,
agreed. It's gonna be way more competitive than we thought. I originally thought I thought Bears, Green Bay, Minnesota would make the playoff. I thought one team out west would be San Fran. I mean, I don't know. It might be two teams that come out west. We don't know what's going on with San Fran. I will say this, though. If you ask me what team is worrying me the most, believe it or not, it's not Philly. It's actually the 49ers.
Right.
The 49ers got a lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you dominated that Rams game and you somehow lose that game, that is totally unacceptable in a division game if you want to be one of the big boys.
Agreed.
That's something that my sorry-ass Bears will do. How big leads and blue like we did last year against Denver and against Detroit. That's what sorry-ass teams do. San Fran is not a sorry-ass team. I know some people might say, Dabo didn't play. I don't give a crap. You guys are supposed to be a winning organization with good coaching.
Right.
You should not have lost that game. That's a mad red flag. Not because you lost. It's the way they lost the game, Bowtie Bill.
Agreed.
It's the way they lost it. I'm like,
agreed.
I'm kind of getting a little worried about San Fran. And the one other take, I want to say is the most schizophrenic team in the NFC is definitely the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles, the drop pass because Atlanta, they should have won. Luckily, they won the Green Bay game. Remember, I started the season saying if they lose the first game of the season, they won't make the playoff. What I will say is this. They won that game against New Orleans, but they winning games on pure talent. I don't even think it's coaching, dog.
Man, they didn't even control the game.
No, exactly. They winning the game on pure fucking talent. Thank God for Saquon Barkley, because Saquon Barkley won't be there. They might be 0-3.
Possibility.
Yeah, there's a very good chance they could be 0-3. Before we get out of here, I'm going to let you get your point out, Bowtie Bill. Is there any team in the NFC that you kind of maybe starting to worry about or not yet? 'Cause I'm starting to worry about San Fran.
Okay, well, San Fran and the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
I'm
not even worried. I think
San Francisco's injuries.
We said last week that Cowboys in trouble, and let's they can stop that run. I think this Cowboys season is over. And if they lose to the Giants this week, the season's definitely over. Because I said they got to sweep the Giants, they got to sweep Washington though. So, but
absolutely, man.
Yeah. So, any other take far on the NFC?
Any what?
Any other takes on the NFC?
Yes.
I was a little surprised like how to. I would say this though about the Eagles. They did a very good job against the Saints this week. Their defense did. But go ahead, my fault. What were you about to say?
No. You good. Hey man, I'm surprised. Excuse me. Green Bay.
But why are you surprised?
Malik Willis. He done won 2 games.
I said that. Yeah, that's my point. Like he won 2 games. That shows you how good their coaching is. That's why I think they're going to win the division.
West Coast offense coaching.
Yeah, and that's why I think he's going to win the division. They went 2-0 with Malik Willis. When they get Love back, they're going to be a problem. I said before the season started, Green Bay's going to win the NFC North. They went 2-0.
Green Bay going to be a problem.
I said that for the season started.
They have a running game. They have a multiplicity of wide receivers.
4 of them.
And they have a head coach.
Yep. 4 of them. And so everybody was saying Detroit. I told y'all Detroit would not win the division. They go for it too much. Not about the talent. I don't trust the coach. And, he took a lot of risks in the Tampa Bay game. And
Right.
They wind up losing. All right. I think it's going to be Green Bay win the division. I said for the season starting, and I'm a Bears fan. So I understand you're surprised about it. There's nothing surprised me, nothing about Green Bay. I can kind of see the writing on the wall. They got a very young team. They did very good last year. I just didn't feel like what's the chances of them getting worse. If they did that good last year and they were young, most time young players, what do they do? They progress even more in their third and second year and stuff like that. So I know Green Bay's going to be a problem for a while. And if my Bears don't get an offensive line, we're going to be looking up at them for another about 4 or 5 more years. Yeah, this is real talk, man.
Y'all need a center and left tackle.
Man, we need center. You know what?
Center and left tackle.
I was cool kind of. Left tackle, he can't handle a bull rush. So
right.
We need left tackle, we need the center, and we need a right guard. Anyway, man. But before we get up out of here, Bow Tie Bill, man, tell the people what we need, baby.
Man, we need you hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, hit the reviews, hit the comment section as well. Let us know what you think about us. Tell your family members and friends, the ones you like as well as the ones you don't like. But let everybody know. Spread the word. Tell the Truth Podcast 23. Let everybody know. Thank you, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good job on that Bow Tie Bill. We about to get up out of here, man. Hey, make sure you guys hit the notification button. I'm the host, man, of Tell the Truth Podcast 23, Chi-Town, Neil, Bow Tie Bill. You know the deal. Well, I should have been a rapper. Anyway, man, we out of here, man.